Can we take a moment to just relive CJ Stroud's rookie season and why it was the best rookie season in NFL history, and also why CJ Stroud is already a top 5 QB in the NFL? Let's go back and take a look. So I'm going to start from the beginning of the preseason just to show how impressive this year was for CJ Stroud as a rookie and why he's already a top 5 QB. So let's take a look at the preseason rankings for receivers going into last season. As you can see, the Texans had the 32nd ranked receiving group in the entire National Football League. In case you didn't know, that's dead last. All of you are going to sit here and tell me, oh, Sean, but he had Tank Dell and he had Nico Collins. Let's actually just take a look at that real quick. First off, Tank Dell was a third-round receiver, so great for him for becoming what he was last year, but he was a third-round receiver. Now, let's take a look at Nico Collins before CJ Stroud got on the Texans. And here it is, guys. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. His best season before this was 481 yards. I mean, and not only that, he's always been injured. I mean, 14 games his first season, only 10 games his second season. Last season, he actually played his most games at 15. And all of a sudden, he triples his receiving yardage. He gets +6 on his best touchdown season after CJ Stroud gets there. So CJ Stroud clearly made this guy elevated, made him a lot better. Let's get into the next thing, why it was such a great year for CJ Stroud. Again, remember, this Texans team was the worst team in the league for 2-3 years. He's the one making this team great. Let's not get that twisted, all right? All of you people who are going to go talk about Justin Herbert's rookie season and other stuff, why don't you go look at what his supporting cast actually was and compare it to CJ Stroud's, and then come back and tell me that this isn't more impressive. But let's keep going because I got a lot more. All right, the next thing, the Texans basically had no running game. They had the 22nd ranked run game in the league. What does that mean? Well, that's simple. That means the other team knows that CJ Stroud and the Texans are going to pass the ball. So why is this so impressive? Well, because the other team knows he's going to pass the ball because they can't run it. He's got a rookie head coach, a rookie offensive coordinator. The other team knows he's passing the ball, and yet he says, try and stop me. And he throws the least amount of interceptions in the league with only 5, despite no run game in the entire defense. All the defenses in the NFL know and CJ Stroud's going to pass the ball. How is that not impressive? These are NFL defenses that know what the Texans were going to do, and they still couldn't stop him. That's super impressive. But let's keep getting into it because there's more. This is adjusted games lost for offensive line injuries since 2021. Look who's at the top. The Houston Texans for the 2023 season. They had the most injuries since this stat has started being recorded in NFL history. Look how injured the offensive line was. So not only did CJ Stroud not have a run game, not only did CJ Stroud have the 32nd ranked receiving core going into the season, not only did he have the most injured offensive line in the last 20-something years, but he was also a rookie with a rookie head coach and a rookie offensive coordinator. You can't make up how impressive everything was that CJ Stroud was able to do despite what was going on around him. And despite all of that, CJ Stroud led the entire league in passing yards per game and touchdown to interception ratio, which has only been done by 2 other players in NFL history, and they just so happen to be Joe Montana and Tom Brady, the 2 guys with the most Super Bowls in NFL history. So like I said, CJ Stroud had the most impressive rookie season in NFL history. And if you're going to debate me on it, at this point you just look stupid with all the facts that I provided. If you're going to say, oh, well, Herbert had more touchdowns and more passing yards. Come on, dude. CJ Stroud had more wins. He led the league in multiple categories, not just rookies. The league. He did something that's only been done by 2 of the greatest of all time. And he did all this with probably the worst supporting cast going into a season that you could ask for. So let's just be real. What he did was the most impressive, and I don't want to hear about sophomore slumps and all this. This dude's a top 5 quarterback. He's now got Joe Mixon in the running game. His offensive line cannot be more injured than they already were. And he got another receiving weapon. So for those of you who think he's going to go and have a slump, just please stop me with the BS. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. See you next time.